Welcome to Miscellaneous Movies. I'm Paulie.
And I'm Drock.
We're not movie reviewers. We just want to talk about some movies.
There will be spoilers.
We got Twitch TV, but we never use it. But I hear you have Twitch TV?
Aye, my lord. I have Twitch TV. My name is JarockCog89. Come and find me for an adventure of medieval warfare. That's right, you bastards! Come on then! Come get a taste! Alright, the rest of you, go take care of those crossbows. I'm not fucking with that. Alright. Oh, you're one of mine. JarockCog89. Mountain Blade Warband. Peekaboo, bitch! You boys, hang tight! I'll make my way up. Take care of what I can down here.
Oh, it's snowing now. Told you it would.
Yeah, I know, dude. I freaking was outside. I was trying to get firewood and fucking froze my damn feet.
You guys got firewood? That's cool.
Yeah, it's freaking freezing, man.
The funny gent never saw... He's a huge Denzel Washington fan, and he never saw Fallen. And I was telling him, you got to get on this. You got to watch this movie.
Yeah.
So he's going to be watching it over the weekend.
Good, man.
There will be spoilers. So we got a little listener mail.
Questions, so many questions.
Go ahead, hit me.
It's really cool that we got feedback almost immediately. Yeah.
Please, God, keep the feedback coming. Love feedback.
Here's one from the other day, from actually when we did, was it Starship Troopers, I think? Me and my family all laughed at Monty Python references. Thanks for reminding me I am raising my kid right.
You're welcome.
That came from an anonymous number. I don't know whose number that is. So thank you, listener. Another one came from... Oh, I love your video you gave me of the one we're getting ready to talk about, the Arnold Schwarzenegger smoothie.
Oh, yeah. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day.
I love your fucking attitude. You're doing great. This one comes from Johnny K. Just started listening to the Fallen podcast. I'm going to stop and rewatch this movie first. I love that. That's cool. I thought you were watching Falling Down when I first started. Suggestion... Could you do 1993's Falling Down with Michael Douglas? I'm sure no one under 40 has ever heard of this, and tomorrow I'll be getting a cane and a hearing aid. Thanks, Johnny K. We'll do that for you. I think we should. Do it for a listener.
I agree. We can do it.
Oh, and we have this other guy who keeps hitting me on Twitter, asking me if we have any podcast promotion stuff. We're working on that. Thank you, everybody, for that listener feedback. If you have any suggestions, comments, anything like on movies you want us to talk about, stuff we've already done, please contact us at miscellaneouspodcast17@gmail.com, or, which I would rather prefer, Google number, which is absolutely free, and that number is 314-403-0151. You can either text us or leave us a voice message, and I'll put it on the show.
All right, shall we get down to business?
End of days.
End of Days is a 1999 supernatural action horror film directed by Peter Hyman and starring Arnold Schwarzenegger, Gabriel Byrne, Robin Turnkey, Kevin Pollak, Rod Steiger, CCH Pounder, and that's an interesting name, and Udo Kier. The film follows former New York Police Department detective Jericho Kane after he saves a banker from an assassin, finds himself embroiled in a religious conflict, and must protect an innocent young woman who is chosen by evil forces to conceive the Antichrist with Satan. The End of Days received mainly negative reviews from critics. Rotten Tomatoes gives the film an approval rating of 11% based on reviews from 101 critics. Metacritic gives it an average score of 33 out of 100 based on reviews from 33 critics. Audiences gave the film an average grade of B- on an A+ to F scale. The film grossed $66,889.43 in the United States.
What was that again?
Basically, it grossed almost $67 million and about $212 million worldwide, against a budget estimated at $100 million. Although it was profitable because of strong international revenue and DVD sales, Its final numbers fell short of Universal Studios' expectations. Schwarzenegger received a salary of $25 million for his role in the film. End of Days was nominated for 3 Razzie Awards. Worst Actor, Worst Supporting Actor, and Worst Director. It was Worst Picture, but it was withdrew shortly before the award ceremony. The role of Jericho Care was written for Tom Cruise. Oh, Jericho.
What?
Yeah.
You're talking about End of Days?
I hated this movie now. On the rewatch,
Do you really?
I only loved the scenes with Gabriel Byrne, with Kevin Pollak, only a couple of them. Well, okay, the beginning, I hated. The middle started picking up for me, and then I was okay with it. The rewatch, I just couldn't get into. I remember this from when I was younger, and I loved this movie, and I bought it, and I threw it into the miscellaneous movie library, just so that I would have a copy. But the rewatch, I'm like, ugh, until it got near the end.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I've always liked this movie. I'm just an Arnold fan. But honestly, man, I'm not gonna lie. I didn't feel the way that you're feeling right now. After this watch, I didn't necessarily not like it, but I do get what you're saying. There was just a lot of, I don't know, like the whole baby thing and whatnot in the beginning. It was almost like unnecessary.
All right, so let's dive into it.
I don't know. Yeah, the doctors are about to operate.
So my history with this, I don't remember. I remember watching it probably with Josh. Me and Josh have gone back so long, we're like brothers. So more than likely it's been probably something we watched together or he showed me or whatever.
My history of this particular film was I was at a friend's and we were pretty young, but his parents rented it on DVD and we popped it in and just started watching it. I mean, at the time, I was a little younger, but it scared the shit out of me. Mostly what scared me was the music. Creeped me out the most. I will say that, like, the soundtrack is very perfect for this, where they were going.
I really like the music. It starts right away with it. Right when you did it, I'll start like okay, let's get going.
Yeah.
This was also a big movie. This was a big to-do back then because it was 1999. This came out in November of 99. This was during the Y2K fear. You remember that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. And that, I think, is another reason what made it really creepy for me.
Yeah, because you're sitting there watching this movie going, I don't know if that could be true, but oh my God.
Everybody's outside. They're all protesting.
Shit's going
cults
down
and
bad.
shit. So smart on them for coming out with this and fucking and doing that. There it is. Pardon my French.
You know what's funny? These disaster movies that come out, or Good and Evil or whatever. It's weird because, like, remember 2012 with John Cusack?
Wasn't a big fan of it.
No, neither was I. I mean, I put my brain in neutral and watched it, but this one fucking epically beats that one out, and I didn't really like this one. So, starting off with a long, they pretty much get every credit done in the very beginning. With and one of the names that stood out to me right away, which I didn't know who he was Udo Kier. U-D-O.
Udo Kier?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's like German.
He is the bad guy. He's the evil doctor guy. And I didn't know that. So I was just like, oh, this is Bazooba Guaba, whatever.
Bazooba Guaba.
And it begins with a comet flying over the moon in Rome. And I say that like a questioningly because I agree with you. I get why it's in there, but again, it's like too campy for me. Yeah. They call it the Eye of God. So does that mean that the God's watching the end of days and he's apparently watching from the sky? Wouldn't he change? Whatever. Okay, I'm not God.
Well, see, dude, and again, that particular question is kind of answered, but it's more answered in the middle of the film. So when we get a little further down, I'll go ahead and
we talking about
address
the Jericho devil scene?
No.
Oh,
it's with Rod Steiger when he's Father Kovac. He says, because Arnold says that exact same question. He's all like,
Well, then why doesn't God just come in and do something about it?
and he's like, God isn't doing anything about it because he wants us to settle this ourselves. He is just kind of observing.
It's a cop out.
Right.
Sorry, God. I meant the script, not you. I don't want to get shot down on this one. I mean, that's a piss poor fucking writing. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's like,
saying. We'll cover
that. That's, then that's, in a way, that is. It's the church. It's like, he's not going to do anything, but he's watching, but he wants us. It's a test. It's all a test.
Yeah.
Essentially.
So, the Comets on the Moon, this is where the first part really just puts me out. He reaches over for these awesome, cool-looking cylinder scrolls. And they look, when he first pulls out, they look ancient. But then he's like rifling through it as fast as he can. And I'm like, wouldn't you be delicate with ancient text? And then you're looking at these pictures and stuff. They're like fully covered and they look too new. And it's just like, you done ruined it for me. Even the sound effect of it, it's like, oh, it feels like it's laminated.
Yeah.
And
we found these and we redid them. They copied them.
These are just the copies. And then we laminated them, but we make them look like they're old.
They look fabulous.
It cuts then to a scene where this person who was ripping through the scrolls busts into Vatican, some room. They must have known he was coming. But then why did he bust into the door as if they didn't know he was coming? It's all for theatrical effect, I guess.
Oh, probably.
And they bust in the Vatican room, and that's when they start talking about the end of days, and that's when the, did you ever see a movie called Stand Up Guys? With Al Pacino and Christopher Walken? And
yeah, I barely remember that one.
The bad guy in it who plays the mob boss is the guy who's playing the Pope in this one.
Yeah.
And his name's Clap Hands. So I'm watching this, I'm like, Clap Hands!
Clap Hands. I'm not gonna lie to you. I actually enjoyed how the Pope was. I do think, he was very, almost you could have cut his ass out, but I kind of liked it. With all the talent. The one cardinal. The one cardinal, Michael O'Hagan, was all like, we have to kill the child. And he's like, no, this girl needs our protection. We are the church. We find the girl, bring her to us. We'll keep her. I thought that stuff was really cool. Mm-hmm. And it made me like, God bless, let's put him in.
I get what you're saying.
Take out John Paul. No, I'm just kidding, John Paul.
Were they speaking Latin or were they speaking Italian? I think it was Italian.
Most of the movie, they were speaking Italian. Well, they were speaking English. Yeah, it was a mix. They had Italian going, and then they did have Latin at certain points.
So, but I do like that thing where it's back and forth. I like the angels and demons and all that stuff. I dig the Vatican Catholic stuff because anytime you need ancient Satanistic or whatever stuff, you go to the church, you go to the Catholics. They have that all shit somewhere in a laminated
they pull out
text.
Their laminated scrolls. Yeah. So it's from thousands of years ago. Why is it laminated?
6 hours later in the U.S., because, the time change, the child is born.
I could have lived without the whole baby being born scene, personally. I could have.
Rattlesnake fucking sacrifice blood.
Yeah, that freaking Michael Myers, 6 type crap was alright, but, I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Maybe not seeing the mom giving birth and then being all like, I want to hold my baby.
How'd you like the baby? It was already 2 years old.
Right, yeah.
It was a huge baby, man.
Yeah. Well,
that baby came out punching people.
When you're gonna fling blood all over a child, I guess it has to be at the age of 2.
Yeah, it was like,
I mean, dear God.
we need a big baby. Why? It's the devil's baby. Did you see who the lady was? The nurse? She's the nurse, the nanny from Romeo plus Juliet. And then I just love that, how she, like a newborn child, she just takes him, throws him in like the little thing, the little cart, and is almost running and like hitting bumps and shit with this newborn kid to get him down to the basement.
Right.
I mean, when the kid I feel bad.
For me, that's why it was just a little, So there's like a specific wing in the hospital, well, the basement, where all the cultists hang out down in the basement. Nobody noticed her going down into the elevator.
Yeah, no one questioned her with this bloody baby going to an elevator.
Yeah, and at that time,
it was
Satan
the 90s,
didn't pop out yet. Well, yeah, I mean, like movie-wise, Satan didn't arise yet. I'm sure that entire hospital was not converted into Satanism at that moment. There was obviously a good amount down there, but geez Louise.
So they got down the morgue, and I'm just picturing like different cults down there, and she's like, I have to go walk through them. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh, hold on. Excuse me.
Rosemary, drink your tea. Drink your tea, Rosemary.
No, so they get to the rattlesnake blessing, and it is crazy how this thing's like fucking jumping and like hissing, and well, it wasn't jumping, it was hissing like this thing's ready to fucking strike. And he just like casually, what's up, guys? I'm gonna slice you up.
Yeah, he just picks it up like he reached for a pen.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like,
fucking
all right.
Deadly rattlesnake.
Sign here.
Yeah, they get the epic fucking blade, the blade of death or devil or whatever, and they bless the nasty looking baby. So
yeah.
WBAZ time is 8:06. 3 more nights, New York. 3 more nights left in the century. 3 more nights left in the millennium. 3 more nights until every computer fails. 3 more nights until the biggest celebration in the history of this city starts in Times Square.
All right, now 20 years later, you have the epic Ghostbusters sewer scene going on. I love that setup. Every New York.
There's a lot of pressure down here.
Hey, Bobby, come over here. Something weird's going on.
What do you got there, Charlie?
I don't know. Pressure's climbing off the gauge.
There's huge earthquake happening. They show the iconic pictures of the scenes of the buildings with the cool architecture and the the goblin gorgows or whatever, and they're starting to fall onto cars, and then you have every sewer in that street blow up, and then we get our first scene of the devil coming up from the hells. Yeah. What'd you think of that? The technology back then.
I actually really liked how they did the beast, how they did Satan with that shadowy ghost.
Yeah, the Predator chameleon look, yeah.
Yeah, I really liked that. How he's just flying through the city.
Yeah, he looked like a gas fume, when he's leaving, yeah.
Exactly. And that's really interesting because, like, when he, later on when he was shot or when he, like, took a piss, it's like his blood, every liquid in him was like gasoline.
You'd think when the devil comes up, would he have more than just one city block of explosion?
Well,
I mean, he's a bit vanity, don't you think? He'd probably be
maybe
the
he was
whole town of Asquan just blows up and then he comes out.
I mean, and to quote, the greatest trick the devil played was to convince man he didn't exist.
Oh, see, that does change it out, yeah.
Cupcake, I love that. It costs too much. Yeah, you're probably right there, too.
Yeah. It all costs for that fumes to get them out there. I did a checklist. You love this. For the best devil entrance into a possession.
Yes.
Here we go. So, checklist 1. Violent bathroom possession.
Yeah.
Turns the water off, and he's all like looking up like, what the fuck's going on?
That freaked the shit out of me, man. I'm telling you right now.
Violating your friend's wife.
What the hell are you?
Yep, that's the third one. Give the stare of death to your friend. That's third on the checklist.
Oh, I love it.
What do you do? blow the whole restaurant up.
Yeah.
And then 5, walk like a badass away from the restaurant blowing up.
While you yourself are caught in the flame.
Best devil entrance checklist. I love how he like politely put her boob back into the dress.
Yeah, dude. That's...
You're on Gotham Talk. Say something interesting.
I'm trying to figure out what everyone's predicting here. Is the world going to come to an end at exactly 12:01 on New Year's, or is it...
I'll tell you what, lady. I think you should play it safe, not quit your job just yet.
Did you notice the name of the radio?
I didn't catch the name of the show, but I do recall them saying Giuliani. And I about fucking fell out.
Now, this is 99, so we still have the Twin Towers in the scene shot.
Yeah.
It is New York City, but the name of the radio show is called Gotham Talk.
Get out of here. I don't even...
Isn't that crazy? So now we have the superhero action guy having the eating the bullet moment morning wake-up scene.
I was just putting myself together.
That's going to take a lot more pulling.
Thank God for Kevin Pollak being his best friend to walk in.
You are looking very sharp this morning.
Thanks.
Or else he maybe would have eaten the bullet. But
Right.
remember Lethal Weapon, Mel Gibson did the same thing. It was just, yeah.
Mel was strong enough to stop himself, where Arnold was startled by a knock on the door.
Would you think he would like accidentally like, oh shit?
Yeah, he was just like, oh, somebody's there.
I better go get the door before I kill myself.
Yeah, it's only
I don't
polite.
want to keep them waiting.
It's very impolite for me to commit suicide. Why would they knock on the door?
Very impolite. I at least should let them know first. Breakfast is the best meal of the day.
Cooking with...
Dude, I will, honest to God, I have even thought about it. I was like, one day, I just want to fill my blender up with coffee, like an ounce of beer, some freaking leftover pasta, all the crap
Don't
that he
forget
did.
the Tylenol. He threw in
pizza on the floor.
Tylenol.
Yeah, the Pepto. He put the Pepto in there.
Oh, it was awesome. No, it wasn't Tylenol. Tylenol was from the movie Men at Work. What did you think of Kevin Pollak in this movie?
You know what? And you and I kind of talked about this, but I love Pollak, man. I mean, let's be real, though. His best role ever was in Willow.
Was in what? Willow?
Was in Willow.
Fine, then which way do we go? That way!
I was going to say, like, the whole 9 yards where he's like, you need to dasky, but you're all like Willow when they're the little itty-bitty woodlings.
I stole the baby!
We'll guard her with our lives.
Yeah, no, I liked Kevin. For me, I got the vibe of friend who has, been dealing with his buddy's depression and has been doing all he can, but he just kind of gave up. And he was just kind of like, it's just a regular Monday.
Yeah, it's my friend. I accept it. Fuck it.
Yeah, there's nothing that I can do to change him. I've been trying for years, so I'm just going to let it go.
So they work for a private security company called Stryker Security.
Yeah.
How cool is
Striker
that?
1 to Striker 2. Get in there! Follow him, go!
Question.
Who is the best actor to play the devil in a movie?
Oh, man. Who
Damn.
is that? Cupcake said that?
Yeah, she asked that.
God, I would... man.
I know, I'm kind of torn myself.
Because all the ones that we're putting in this series, I think have been phenomenal.
Right.
Because you have him for End of Days. Him.
Yeah.
What is his name? Quail Burns. What is his name?
Gabriel Byrne? We can call him Quail. I'm sure that's I'm sure that's
It's his
that's
nickname for
nickname.
him. Al Pacino. God, he was great.
Pacino was fantastic.
Tim Curry, legend. You and I talked about that.
The dreams of youth are the regrets of maturity.
Yes.
Phenomenal.
Absolutely.
Even Bedazzled. You had, what's-her-face?
You'd think that meeting the devil would be interesting enough, but no. All people want to know about is him.
So, I couldn't pinpoint one, sorry.
The guy that plays Lucifer in Supernatural. I actually really enjoy him as well.
Sorry if it's a bit chilly. Most people think I burn hot. It's actually quite the opposite.
Spawn. The devil is that CGI thing.
Oh God, that big beast thing.
Yeah, worst devil ever.
Where to go? You fool!
I would say that would be the worst. Made you cough.
Body's body, he's our man.
Oh God, Lizamo did such a great job.
Shocked and amazed at the wonders of necroplex. You're not alone. For a limited time only, you too can have this handsome epidermis for the insane price of your soul and a buttload of pay.
All right, back on topic.
All right, so they go to work. Grabs his Arnold smoothie, and they go to work. And they're supposed to protect the devil himself.
Yeah, right.
Now, I noticed this on the rewatch. I didn't notice it before. The creepy homeless guy with the really weird blonde hair.
Oh, the albino dude?
Yeah. He kind of pops his head out of a trash can. He's watching the convoy go by.
See, I always thought that he was like a demon, like an agent or some shit up there. That's what I thought.
Because I never noticed him before.
The only one in there, yeah.
The big 90s trope that always happens. Arnold or someone gets shot, and Kevin Pollak, he gets down there and he's all like, oh God, I hope you remembered. And you're saying, okay, the bulletproof. Once they find out they had a bulletproof vest on, he's like, get up, you pussy. I hated that trope. You get shot in the arm, like, oh, it's no pain. I can just throw some mud in it. I'll be fine.
Right.
I ain't got time to bleed.
Yep. Oh my God. Yes. I love the Predator.
Where's the shooter?
Headed for the roof.
So are we.
This is where we start looking at what I think the horrible acting from Kevin Pollak comes in. You know, he's all like, get the chopper down here, and they land the chopper. That's all cool. I get that. It's all 90s action hero-esque. What'd you think of that?
I mean, it was a very cool scene. That's about it.
I'm setting this up because
it was a cool action moment.
Yeah, because the sniper guy is on the roof. He looks like an old guy, and he's running away. And they're like, get him. We got to get him. We got to capture him because it was striker security. And
question him.
So he's like, what are you going to do? I'm going to catch him like this. I'm going to hook myself in a harness, go face first down a helicopter. And I mean, it's epic. Yeah. And so he's going, and he gets a hold of the guy.
Yeah, he leaps off the building. Arnold catches him in mid-jump.
Yeah.
And is just dangling, and then he accidentally drops him into a glass roof.
So, this is where I have a problem with the acting from Kevin Pollak. I hated it because, like, he's holding on to him. He's like, he's got him! And then, like, 2 seconds later after them fighting, gun! Like, what is the point of you yelling out gun to the damn pilot? Like, when is that going to happen?
I don't know. I got, he
had lines he had to say.
That was his way of saying, prep your ass. We're going to get shot at. So move around. But I don't know. That was me.
It just so what
prepare for basic maneuvers.
Yeah. I mean, I guess what you're saying, because the guy's shooting upwards, like Arnold's is kind of like, I will move my head left or right to avoid it.
Yeah, so it's just like, God! So it's like, I mean, but at the same time, it's almost like, what the hell are they going to do? Because they're hooked to the helicopter. No matter where he shoots, he's going to hit the body of the body of the chopper.
Gun! Okay, they're fine. Like, he was relaying, kind of like Pirates of the Caribbean with those, like, wannabe captains that hop on there, like Orlando Bloom and stuff. They all just, like, relay messages by yelling at people. You know, it's just kind of like felt that way.
Yushubaji says, Yushubaji.
So he drops him. He goes through the 80s, 90s campy thing through some glass. He goes to the sewers. He takes to the sewers like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
You don't know what you've done! Get down or I'll put you down! 1,000 years has ended! You don't know what you've done!
And he's
Oculus Christi! Whatever the hell he says.
And he starts rifling through him. It was great. While he's sitting there bleeding out, he's rifling through him for loose change, and turns out he finds out he's a priest.
I think the police may want that at some point. They call it evidence.
A reason to make it easy for them.
Yeah, he's a priest and he finds a pack of matches.
A priest who gets drunk, what is that?
Like, from this part on, I like the acting. It's got way better, because Kevin Pollak started getting sarcastic funny. It was really... I was really digging it. I like how his wallet has nothing in it at all. No driver's license. Why have it?
That's where he finds the matches. I don't know.
No, he finds the matches in another one of his pockets for Spata's bar. CCH Palmer. Love this actress. She was in Demon Knight. She's in The Shield. She's in a litany of other things. And she's I guess the chief of police or something.
She's important.
And I like how, like, they know them, and that's where you start getting the background story that Arnold used to be a cop. Yeah. I don't know about Kevin Pollak.
Hey, Detective.
Bobby. Yeah, Jerry, it's been a while.
How are you, Marge?
Can't complain, you?
And he's like, it's a nice day. I jump out of a helicopter and blah, blah, blah. I love when he's...
What the fuck?
Yeah. Have you been drinking?
Oh, yeah. Oh, no, Kevin Pollak was the one.
Oh, yeah, we got all liquored up this morning. We start every day that way.
I'm just reading his statement. You said here the guy spoke to you.
Yeah, so what?
The guy doesn't have a tongue.
You mean he has no tongue, Marge?
Easy with the hard way.
Yeah.
I don't need sounders when I got you here. So they go to Spata's bar. And a quick, easy scene, just real quick.
That was
audible, You could tell that they're best friends because who the fuck would go on this thing to find out about this shit? Really, mercenaries or security people would give two shits about, hey, he has no tongue.
Yeah, they're not getting paid for that.
Drunk hangs out in the neighborhood bar, passes out enough times. People would know where he lived and carrying him home. I mean, it's one thing I know.
Yeah, well, it's important to be an expert at something.
Only took years of research.
What'd you think of this apartment? I mean, there's water leaking everywhere. It probably smells of ass and mildew.
I thought it was creepy as shit. He really didn't want to be found by anybody, but at the same time, it's like, what was your dumbass doing at a bar getting drunk? And not only were you dumb getting drunk, but you had people carry you home.
How embarrassing is that? He's all trying to hit on the girl, even though he's a priest. Hey, you want to come back to my lair?
I'm the one that saves the world from the devil. You want to get laid?
You pick up all the girls that way, do you, Father?
My pickup line is 1,000 years ended. And
What do you want to bet? It's rent control.
Horrible fucking place to live. I mean, I couldn't even lay down there. You're breathing in mold, for Christ's sake.
It's terrifying. Shit and piss and...
And they see a hole in the wall.
His tongue. He must have cut it out himself.
Oh, I love Kevin. He's looking on the ground and he's like, I don't think this is paint. Yeah. And then here comes the other part of the scene, which I was like, what the fuck? Is he opens up the refrigerator.
Oh, I could eat.
And there is the cat.
Shit. What?
All right, I knew that was going to happen.
In the refrigerator. Random. The no oxygen filled closed refrigerator.
Did he put it in there? Because obviously the cat didn't put himself. So he put it in there like, all right, I'm going to have a late night snack since, I drink my money. I don't.
There's no power in that place. So it's literally a moldy ass, nasty fucking.
Yeah, he had candles.
Is that
all
where
over
he keeps all his keepsakes? So he has a cat and a fucking jar with the girl from the Crafts picture in it. So.
Oh my God, she was from The Craft.
Yep, Robin Tony.
Oh, yeah. She looks so much different without her blonde, long hair.
Light as a feather, stiff as a board.
You're sorry! You're sorry! You're sorry! You're sorry!
Right.
Dude, I thought she was so hot. The evil one.
No.
Oh. When she's like, Manal's been inside of me. I'm like, hell yeah.
I would have let her fucking throw me out of a window, too.
I love the 10-minute showdown inside the creepy basement apartment when the cops show up.
Oh, yeah.
Freeze!
Oh, wait, it's you, Marge.
Oh, hi, Marge. It's just you.
What did you think? Because, now that he's going to go to the church and talk to the priest, see if what do you know about Father, blah, blah, blah.
There are things that you cannot comprehend.
Oh no, we're jumping ahead. We forgot all about the horrible, creepy albino demon.
He's coming for you. He's coming for you, Christine.
He's gonna fuck you, Christine.
I love his hair.
I'm quoting right there, folks. Quote.
Gotta watch the language, Padre.
But oh, dude, his hair he just creeped the shit out of me, man. He just, his smile, everything about his crooked eyes, which I mean, those are real, so I feel bad.
You, Christine. Can you see him? Can you see him?
Can you see him? He's over there. Or is he over there? I don't know.
And then she touches him, and he cracks and falls apart.
Yeah.
And his death scene is where, she's seeing his head on the ground going, he's gonna fuck you.
Yeah. And then he's just gone. Nobody sees him. And she's just like, I'm sorry, I have a condition.
She's very attractive. So, realistically...
Oh, no, don't you ever be...
Realistically, if a girl like that freaks out in the subway, you want to be like, oh, let me help you. Here, come over here. Let me give you a hug. And people are going to be like, oh, what the fuck? You know?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I've seen some pretty weird shit living in living in LA. I mean, if I saw some random chick just on a subway, I'd probably glance and then I'd be like, oh, it's just another Saturday night.
So now we go back to Arnold Schwarzenegger's apartment, and you get to see it with all the lights on. Because the first scene, it's all dark, and they have to open up, Kevin Pollak opens up the shade, and they show the bullet bruise from that, and he's like, 1,000 years have ended. So what does he do? He goes, finds his Bible.
Was he looking for 20?
I like Kevin where he's all like, oh, I love how it ends with a football score.
Oh, yeah.
So he goes in the closet to find his Bible, and what does he come up with? A music box. He's lost his family.
His daughter.
He's reading the Bible when the 1,000 years are ended. It pans around, and you see all this kid stuff laying out from the box, and you're like, oh, there was some loss there. What did you think about where Christine lives at?
I was kind of like, what? And then when you see the nurse, you're kind of like, what? So... I guess they said that her dad must have been wealthy, but he wasn't there during the birth. So it was kind of like, huh? This is me now. Now I'm going to jump on this annoyed the shit out of me train. Number 1, mom dies shortly after the birth. Nurse,
did they say why?
No, they didn't say why. They just say that the mom died, the nurse married the dad, and then the dad died, and now the nurse is her, the nurse is her guardian. So that annoys the shit out of me. Number 2, you're gonna have the nurse just marry the dad right away, like nothing happened. And I don't know. I would have liked to have seen, the mom and the nurse become good fucking friends. The mom had the baby without the dad, and just let the mom give custody to the nurse because the nurse milked her way into being close to Christine with the mom. That's me. That's what I like to think.
Well, she has a lot of practice from when she was Juliet's nanny.
Exactly.
By and by I come. Oh. Who killed the mom then? Because it was one of those fucks, because her therapist is the fucking epic, snake charmer guy from the beginning. Okay, so now we get to the best part. Meeting me in the future tense.
Was he working for someone?
Yes, he's working for God.
So God ordered a hit on an investment bank.
There's an awful lot that you don't know. You think you're seeing everything, you haven't. There are things you never dreamed of. There's another world out there. Thomas saw it, and it destroyed him.
Father Kovac. His name is Roger Stiegel. And that guy is awesome. He looks like me 30 years, well, maybe 10 years, let's be honest.
Yeah.
I really loved how grounded it started off with, where he's like, yes, I knew Father Thomas. You don't understand what's going on, blah, blah, blah. And he goes,
do you believe in God?
Maybe once, but not anymore.
What happened?
I thought that my wife and daughter should live, and he felt otherwise.
I'm sorry to hear about the loss. Maybe it's time for you to renew your faith.
That whole scene, I was digging it. Then when he sneaks downstairs, that's when you're just like, boom! This took a whole left turn.
Yeah, here's stigmata. The thing for me was, not one priest got up and said, sir, turn around.
No, it had to be you.
He just walks in, they're all just looking at him, and then all of a sudden...
Please, for your own good, get out and forget what you've seen.
Is Thomas part of
There
all this?
are forces here at work you couldn't possibly comprehend. Now please leave.
It's like, well, he just passed through 15 different priests and nuns that just to let him in. You might as well let him watch.
Might as well.
They're all sitting there at their accounting table.
Yeah.
Fucking counting the money from the basket. I mean, I don't know what the hell they were all doing down there. Jesus. Yep. But no, great. I did love the stigma bit. That was.
I was waiting for the lady to be all like from Exorcist.
Dime, why you do this to me?
Put me in your mouth, sister.
So it's New York. You have to have some nice scenic stuff. So they show the ice skating rink over by 30 Rock. Did you hear the music playing? It's Bing Crosby, and I just thought this was funny to have Bing Crosby playing in a Devil Coming Back to the Earth movie, because Bing Crosby got in trouble for beating his kids with like hoses and shit.
Put that pistol down, babe.
Every devil movie, you know the devil's going to be malicious. The devil's going to be evil. But there was always like a dark comedy to it. He didn't have that until he started talking to like Jericho. So he's using the sign of the devil spray paint markings all over the city to find his way to Uldo's house.
It's you.
Where is she?
The girl is safe.
Daddy, who is it?
Is this your daughter?
Yes.
This is your wife?
Yes.
I don't know what it is about the mutation molding, but that shit creeped the hell out of me. Mm-hmm. And then the Thing prequel comes out, and they pretty much do the same thing in the Thing. So that shit just grosses me out. I don't know why, but it just
no, you're right. It's rough.
It creeps me out.
I think they do it a little bit in Devil's Advocate too. I don't remember. But I think they do.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't seen that one in a minute either.
So she wakes up. She's having a sexual dream about the devil. But it really did happen. What did you think about how devil he is? How he plays? I mean, he's just mean.
How did I think Gabriel Byrne was?
Yeah.
I'm not even going to say that this is to backpedal what you were saying about him being malicious or whatever. I think there were just so many parts that we didn't see with him. They didn't show us what he really did with all of his other followers. So I am using my imagination saying, well, he did what he did to Jericho with everybody else, like with Kevin Pollak. Mm-hmm. You know, he kills Kevin Pollak, and then he probably was like, you know, Kevin, I'm going to bring you back, and you can have whatever you want.
Mm-hmm.
You just have to do this.
He does that with some people,
me.
But like his followers, he's so evil to.
Yeah,
like
I think because he gave them those chances. Like he was like, I'll give you everything. They've been following him since before he even made it up to Earth.
Yeah.
Like he was still in it, and they've been, so he probably visited them in a dream and was like, I'll give you whatever you want. You just have to do this. Just like with the nurse when he was like,
you only had one simple job and you couldn't even do that.
You failed. So now you're getting the punishment.
I get it. Now that changes my perspective of it. The devil's walking around the city. Well, let's go find some Father Thomas. He goes to the hospital and he meets up with the armed guard. And what did you think about that fucked up scene where he just kind of goes,
the young boys that you seduce have left their scent upon you. Remember who it is that you serve.
So was that just a pederast? And he's like, never mind, I'm going to move out of the way. Or do you think that really was a guy who's like, oh shit, you're the devil? I don't know.
I mean, I'm going to go ahead and say that I think that was a follower who just so happened to have been a pederast. And that's why he was like, don't forget who you serve. Because let's be real. If he was just a pederast, he'd probably be like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, he's like, oh shit, Satan.
Yeah. I think that's some dark shit. I like that. I don't want to say that, the devil's cool with it, but...
Yeah, do you think the devil's cool with pederism?
I don't know.
He's an advocate of it.
I don't want to speak for the man, but...
I really dig the scene between the little interaction between him and the Father Thomas, because Father Thomas is in the hospital, because Father Thomas is trying to lunge at him.
Open your eyes, Thomas. Look at the face that has haunted your dreams for 1,000 years.
Yeah.
That makes me feel that Father Thomas actually is a badass. I mean, he did cut his tongue out and everything, but I meant he identifies it and he's like, I will fucking try to go after you with anything I can. And I really dig that about him. He wasn't a pussy. He was like, he wasn't sitting there going, even while the devil's saying,
They say you can see the future, Thomas. Then you must know exactly what I'm going to do to you.
And you can just see Thomas like, let me out of these fucking shackles. I'll kick your ass.
Yeah. I'm going to break out.
Yeah.
That's my Father Thomas voice.
Undo these things. Come on, devil. Don't do these things. I'm going to see what I'm going to do to you. I'm going to fuck you up, man. What'd you think about him being crucified on the ceiling?
Classic move.
That was creepy as shit, and like just, I mean, it was awesome, and I mean, it was really cool to see. Like, I mean, it was horrible though, but yeah. And then they're all trying to figure out. They're all like, "Who the hell did that?" The cop was all like, "I'm telling you, nobody went in." Well, then who put up the last? Are you meaning to tell me that he did this himself? How did he get the last scalpel in?
The evil psychiatrist is just waiting in a abandoned movie theater, just staring at the door, waiting for him to show up.
That's just the temple. That's where they were keeping Satan, where they were waiting for the nurse to bring Juliet. I mean, Christine. Juliet! That's where the nurse was going to bring Christine.
Hey, asshole, watch where you're going.
Hey, I like the shirt.
Screw you, man.
Nice shirt.
Look, you Satan.
Yeah, nice shirt. And then the girl walks by. He's like, huh.
Nice ass.
Nice. They cut back to the hospital and they said, oh, this is getting better and better because they pull back his shirt and he's fucking carved all up with different shit.
Oh, yeah.
And he's still alive. He fucking wakes up, lunges with a syringe at everybody, and the pederast shoots him. Yeah.
This random doctor, oh, this looks like Latin. Just starts fucking reading. We don't have time to get a linguist in here, but luckily I can.
Well, it's official. I'm never sleeping again. Ever. You okay?
A guy cuts words into his chest. Someone else nails him to the ceiling. What's not okay?
And of course they do that whole thing, Christ in New York.
The girl. I got to talk to her. Find out what she knows.
Wait, we don't have a name, all right? That would help.
Well, maybe we do. Maybe it's not Christ in New York. Maybe it's Chris in New York. Christine in New York. Christine York.
God, sometimes you surprise me. I know.
Let's look that up in the DMV. It's like, damn. And what do you guess? Right away, bing, there's a match. The girl from Kraft.
Oh, look, there she is. The only Christine York.
I love how, like, she, in this movie, as well as in her driver's license, looks like a deer in a headlight.
Yeah.
This is also where we get the tasteful side boob scene. Remember, she's all working out, speaking the Latin, or the Italian, I mean. Yeah.
Thank you, Carson. A boobly beebly. A boobly bip bip. That's Latin, babe.
Even her robe, dude, she's still fucking hot. She's all like, yeah, look at me, I'm naked. Woo. So, that was okay.
Yes.
She walked on her toes, though, if you notice that. She doesn't walk on her regular feet.
You know, she walks on her toes.
Why do you know that?
The way she walks. And this is where she discovers some blood on the ground, and it turns out the fucking
the
Vatican,
priests, the Vatican Knights, or some shit.
Vatican SWAT.
The last rites. Hold her down.
Hold her down. If we're gonna kill her, we're gonna kill her right. We're gonna be good about it.
We
want her soul to go into heaven, even though if she lives, she will birth the son of Satan. So let's at least send her to heaven. It's the least we can do.
Do you think that's exactly what they said?
I know it's exactly what they said.
Okay.
And she tries doing the deacon out there, you know, throw the antique cabinet through the window trick.
Oh, I love it.
Hiding in the
nobody notices, and they're just casually walking up.
Hey, we're private citizens having a conversation with another citizen. I mean, I don't think they found a way to outlaw that.
Throws a fucking thing out the window. Nobody says, what happened there? Except for Arnold, Kevin, just walking up, and then they come across this thing in the middle of the road, and they're just
it's like a big-ass fucking cabinet from, like, the 1700s.
I promise you, if I was to just throw my computer out the window right now, I bet you at least 5 of my neighbors would call.
Yeah. Is everything okay? They hear the screams. So what do? Guns a-blazing. Just jump in. Hell yeah.
Right. I'll cover you. Go. Get up the stairs. Get going. Go. They're going to fuck you, Christine.
That's the best.
And after the cops come and everything and blah, 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 he steals a book.
I didn't realize you knew where the library was, let alone had a card.
Where he identifies the Vatican
From the
people,
nurse.
is it? Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how they're just, posted outside and Kevin Pollak's all like...
It's just that this is starting to feel a lot like work. Normally I wouldn't mind work because, well, we'd be getting paid. Watching rich people for free. It just seems odd, doesn't it? Okay, I'll wait here.
The nanny from Romeo plus Juliet sees that they're staked out, and she tells Uldo that they're not going to make it out. So what does Devil do? Punches fucking Uldo's head all the way off. What do you think of that?
I thought it was cool. There's a lot of really cool, and at the time, a lot of very original death scenes.
Pollak is sitting in the truck, just chilling, minding his business, having a little coffee. And the Devil just appears, starts taking a piss down the block. Like, he was pretty far away.
Gas starts leaking under the van. Kevin Pollak smells smells something. Decides, let me get out of the van and go see who just took a piss under the car.
Yes.
And then fucking
Well, during that time, remember, there was the apple scene. Jericho and the craft lady, were playing light as a feather, stiff as a board. And the apple had maggots in it. They both saw it. Because she's like, I'm sorry, I have a mental condition.
I saw it too.
Get him out of here.
What do you think of the nanny's, super strength?
Oh, the nurse. Oh, God.
Yeah.
I don't know that. I was kind of like, what is all that about? I was thinking that she was like a demon.
Claws his face, throws him into a piano.
Because her nails just got absurdly long all of a sudden. I'm sure you didn't apply those.
This was her moment. This is her title moment, dude.
Throwing Arnold around like he was nothing. And hell, that was pre-governor. So he still had...
He still had muscles.
He still had muscles. He was running around.
Oh,
Mr. Universe.
He throws her through a coffee table, and that's what stops her? Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's like, of all things, you'd think you'd need to, take a Mack truck.
All you had to do was break your goddamn spine!
That's the best.
Oh, this is my favorite scene of the whole thing.
March, over here, we need your help! Easy with the hardware. Jesus, Marge! What the fuck?
What the fuck, Marge?
It's okay, Jer. We just want the girl.
This is where now all the masses are under his control.
Yeah.
And
well, they all agreed to his persuasion, his charisma. He probably went into all of them and was like, join me and do this, and I'll let you live your wildest fantasies or some shit. Yeah, that's why I think everybody who's failing him, which everybody's failing him at this moment, he just kills them with no hesitation.
Arnold Schwarzenegger does the Die Hard ending. Hold on, let me hold my hands ahead of my head. And then, yeah. And then, what is it, Gabriel, the devil, he comes over and he only revives the CCH Palmer. Well, you got to, she was from the S.H.I.E.L.D.
She's a lieutenant.
Yeah.
Well.
And her name was Marge.
Yeah, Marge.
Hey, Marge. Hey, Marge, got any of them donuts over there, Marge? You want to fill me up? Get a little coffee over there, Marge? Take 2 creams, 2 sugars, Marge.
So what do you do with a girl who's pretty much a fugitive from hell? You take her back to church.
Pounder.
And he holds a gun to him. Hey, take this girl in. Oh, God, no, this is the fucking girl with the mark of the beast? Fuck that.
You have to protect the child.
There's the forces here you could never understand.
Was Future Paulie in that? That was the dude from Mars Attack.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, the general. The future
he was the general?
Future
yeah, he was the general, yeah.
Yeah. We gotta nuke him now!
So now instead of the lady tied to the bed with a stigmata, she's been released, and she's all healthy, and she's praying. Like she's speaking all different languages or whatever. The language of the devil.
The devil.
Tongues, baby. She's speaking in tongues.
She saw the devil's plan.
How'd you like the scene how the devil disappeared? That was really good practical shit for the 90s. Just he walked. They pretty much did the reenactment of 3 Men and a Baby with the ghost in the window. You walk by one time, you don't see it. You come back, there it is in the window. There's the devil. God, that'd be creepy if that was supposed to be that way. Ugh.
Door's locked. No windows broken. How did I get in here? Who the fuck are you? Oh, I think you know who I am.
I love that scene, though, man. That's such a good scene.
Well, yeah, because that's you're really good to see Gabriel do his acting chops.
Yeah.
Yes.
Manipulator, deceiver.
He reenacts the whole scene of the killing and everything, and he's like, you know what? I'm not the problem here. God's the problem. He done fucked you over.
He's the one that let this happen. Yeah. I wouldn't have let this happen.
Hell, I almost was
I'm
convinced.
offering to bring it back. That's what was so good. He did. He almost. I think he almost wins the viewer over.
Yep.
For that.
Yep. The viewer choice award goes to the devil.
Viewer choice award goes to Gabriel Satan.
Teen Choice Award winner.
Third time being slimed.
You're all gonna burn.
You're all gonna burn.
You will never see the girl.
Oh, you see, now you're upsetting me. You don't want to see me upset. Believe me.
Oh, you want to fuck with me? You think you know bad, huh? You're a fucking choir boy compared to me. A choir boy.
You're in touch with your anger. I really like that.
So he's talking about his new management.
What about the end of days?
Think of it as a new beginning. A change of management. And you'll be right there with me on the ground floor. It will be so cool.
Mm-hmm. And look how kind that is of him. Speaks about his character.
Yeah.
Willing to give up his seat for him.
Isn't that what you wanted?
He can't convince him. So
I've got more hardware than Marge.
So what does he do? One-handed choke slam up to the wall.
Classic power move.
Don't fuck up the cult.
That was a nice cut.
I've wasted too much time on this. You see those insignificant little dots down there? Huh? You see them? That's what you mean to me. Now give me the girl.
Come on. Didn't the devil know he's going to play a trick on the devil? Because he's stalling too long on the window ledge.
You know,
yeah, but
I think that's why. Well, yeah, I'm sure he did know he was going to play the trick. He was going to have him. He was just going to throw him out of the movie because who knocked on the door right after? The devil's always got a plan.
I don't know how much you had to drink, okay? But let's not point the gun at me.
I just need to know.
You need to know what?
You took his body.
All right, you're ill.
Ah, fuck! You're bleeding.
Of course I'm bleeding. You fucking shot me.
Stop being such a pussy.
Pussy, come on.
It's just a scratch. Does it hurt?
Yeah. What do you think?
He has to go get the girl to protect him and whatever that stuff. So he goes back to church. I like this scene where they're getting ready to kill the girl again because the Vatican people show up.
You can't prevent evil by doing evil.
It's the only way.
I can do this all day long.
And then, right after that, the fucking pillars of the earth start shaking.
That's right. Yeah, he walks in.
Yeah.
God help us. We're too late.
This is the house of the Lord our God, and you are not welcome here.
I can stand the pain of being in church. How much pain can you bear?
I don't know how, it was going to be a good entrance, in my eyes, until the candles grew maybe 2 inches more than they already were. It was supposed to be real intense. And that scene where he grabs that dude's crucifix always reminds me of Fright Night.
Yeah.
You have to have faith.
His friend betrays him, and they beat the shit out the whole horde of people. I mean, he stood his ground.
Start whacking him with a bat, yeah.
Yeah, he stood his ground for a while, using the trash can lid and just beating the fuck out of everybody. It was great. But then he's trying to go for his gun, and they're just kicking it all around, and yeah. So, then they crucify him with garbage. That was nice.
Well, I mean, with art, you take in your surroundings and you make something.
I mean, it all pretty much falls into place after that church scene. The subway scene where he's fighting him, and
you have the awesome chase scene that's in every 90s thing, and then you end up doing Speed, where the subway has to go 55 miles an hour.
Yeah, and then you blow him up, you fuck up the cut, and then it's just like, oh.
And Dennis Hopper has one more thing to say.
It just
we gotta talk about the end though.
Yeah, that's why I'm kind of jumping to. You
really don't need anything after that when Arnold gets Christine back and the whole subway shit. Like you said, yeah, it's Speed.
So they go back to the church.
Yeah,
and it's now the New Year's. They're counting down the New Year's. What did you think of the special effects?
What do you mean, like the fire?
Yeah, and then the devil comes up from the ground.
I thought that was bitchy.
For that time.
Yeah, I think it still holds up, too. I mean, this is the part where even Arnold's like going, well, I'm fucked.
Yeah.
He's not a man
Nothing
anymore.
I can do here.
Just stares at him. Just, yeah, motherfucker. Remember me? He possesses then Jericho. And what does Jericho do? The ultimate thing. He sacrifices himself to kill off the thing. This I kind of knew what was going to happen right when he went right inside of him. Because Jericho's too much of a hero class. He rolled he didn't roll a 1.
20. Natural.
He rolled a 20.
Natural 20.
Yeah. I like how he's throwing him through the church to possess him.
Yeah.
There's a little bit of retribution for all the shit he did.
No! It was for my coat.
And then when he finally gets possessed and he goes up there and he's like, got a skull grasp on Christine.
Yeah.
He gets in real close and he just goes, go! It's like, come on.
Jumps on the sword of
Dives
David,
on the sword of Michael.
Yeah, it's a Michael.
I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
It was a good ending. So, overall, what'd you think of the movie?
I think it was good for the time, but I
think the movie is great, and I give it a solid 7.5.
Okay, take Arnold out of it, and how good of a movie do you?
I gave it a solid
2.
4.
So I'm the same way. This is a guilty pleasure movie. This is one of the ones I liked, because my friends kind of got me into it. So, see, I'm not going to give it a 7.5. I'm going to give it a 5.7.
That's pretty accurate.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
this movie, this doesn't have the magic of, like Last Action Hero and all.
No. Call the phrase.
Yeah. That's the movie we should fucking review.
We should review that.
Well, here at the Miscellaneous Movies, we could care less if we do a series or not. We just do whatever the hell we want because it's miscellaneous.
If you want to talk about the devil, son, we'll talk devil.